In this video, we're going to look at the basics of dashboards. We're going to talk about what dashboards are, how to use them. We'll create a basic dashboard, and we'll kind of look through the different features of dashboards. So a dashboard is an advanced, highly customizable website built with PowerShell. So if you are a Universal Dashboard user at all, this is kind of the evolution of Universal Dashboard, and it's now integrated in the PowerShell Universal platform. So dashboards are available under User Interfaces, Dashboards. When you create a new dashboard, you can click Create Dashboard here, and it's going to ask you a couple things when you create this first dashboard. First of all, it wants the name of the dashboard. That's just kind of a friendly name that you're going to use. I'll just call it simply Dashboard. You can provide a description and a URL to visit to actually view this dashboard. From there, you can specify things like the environment to run the dashboard within, any alternate credentials to run under, tags for organizational purposes, whether or not to enforce authentication or role-based access, and there we go. Now we have our first dashboard. If I actually click this view button, it'll open a new tab, and you can see here's kind of our default dashboard. As you can see, it's just a custom UI that has been developed. Up here we have a demo form. You could enter some information, click submit, and you can see that it's interactive. We have notifications popping up, we have new components being shown, and then we have this table here which shows currently the processes on my machine. So it has the process name and the ID, and clicking refresh actually refreshes the processes. So if I were to start a new process, I would see it pop up there. So within the dashboards page, to actually see how that's defined, you can click the edit details button, and that will take you to a code editor. And as you can see here, we just have PowerShell script, and inside this PowerShell script, we have special commandlets for defining the user interface. So kind of the root of the entire page or dashboard is new UD dashboard. New UD dashboard. Within the dashboard, then you can use components like rows, columns, cards, forms, text boxes, select boxes. We have dozens and dozens of controls that you can use inside your dashboard. And dashboards are interactive. So for example, when I submit my form, it's actually calling this onSubmit script block here, and you can do whatever you want. But in this example, what it's doing is it's actually displaying a toast message, which was what popped up in the top right corner. It's setting some event data into the session state for this user, and then it's reloading the page. And from there, we have a dynamic that's actually loaded, and it loads up that session data and displays it inside a card. On the bottom, that table was actually generated using this line here. New UD table data is get process, and we're selecting the name and ID. And then we're kind of showing searching and sorting and exporting. And we've added a button above it to actually reload the table's data. So that's kind of an example of what is inside a dashboard. So there are a lot of other things that you're going to see in and around the dashboard view here. We have information about users that are connected. So for example, admins connected, any endpoints that are defined, modules that you may be using within your dashboard, a console for running scripts in the dashboard's context, as well as a log output for any errors that you may encounter while developing your dashboard. Some important options as well include maintenance mode, so only administrators will be able to see dashboards in maintenance mode, and auto start and auto deploy are useful for refreshing the dashboard when the server starts or when changes are made to the dashboard. So a couple concepts that are important for dashboards as well include frameworks and components. So by default, the dashboard that's being created here will always use the built-in version 3 of the Universal Dashboard module. And if you actually click Frameworks here, you can see that's what's included. So if you are a Universal Dashboard V2 customer, you actually can use the Universal Dashboard V2 framework inside PowerShell Universal. Additionally, PowerShell Universal Dashboard is extensible. So if you click this components view, you can actually see which components are added, and right now none are added. But we do have a marketplace that has components contributed by the community. So you can see here we have a bunch of different components like SQL components, funnel component, flexi table, and you can click on any one of these to jump over to the marketplace and see information about these components. Some of them even have images and stuff like that to show what it looks like when you use these. And you can just download and install those. And once those are available, they just come down as PowerShell modules, which means you can then use those additional components inside your dashboard. So to make basic changes to a dashboard, what you can actually do is just edit this PowerShell script. So you can see here I have my PowerShell Universal page still open. If I were to say change the title to just something else, save that, and now you can see the title changed up at the top. It now says PowerShell Universal My Demo. So any changes will automatically reload the page, and you can kind of build it as you go. So in this video, we looked at the very basics of building dashboards inside PowerShell Universal.